everyone! Today I want to talk about The Princess Bride by William Goldman. Now, I grew up with the movie and I fell in love with the world Florin. I fell in love with Wesley and Buttercup and their story and the iconic lines that the movie holds. The world is fantastic. What I particularly loved about my copy is that it also has a really great map in the book. This map allows you to follow along with the journey of the characters so that you can see exactly where each location is. This book only enhanced my love for their story even further, but it also changed how I felt about the characters. There are so many things that the movie left out. A lot of it was left out based on a lack to physically portray it to the audience. One of those scenes is when Buttercup falls into the snow sands. It is complete blackness. Sand is filling her mouth. She can't breathe. And time has since seemed to stand still. And it takes Wesley a very long time to actually get to her because you sink really quickly. Now, the thoughts of both of the characters, it can't adequately be portrayed in film, so I understand why they couldn't do that, even though it really evolves Buttercup and Wesley's story. Another thing they completely leave out, which definitely makes me feel sad, is Fezzik's backstory and how he is the sweetest, kindest, most gentlest of creatures that loves to make rhymes, but he was teased as a child, and in order to get him to toughen up and not feel so discouraged, his parents turned him into a wrestler, and then once he has conquered the world, he bands up with Inigo and Vicini. Now, in the movie, Wesley was my favorite character, but since reading this book, Fezzik really grew in my heart, and I loved him so much that he is actually now my favorite character overall. And a lot of his story and Inigo's story get left out. Towards the end, when Inigo and Fezzik are trying to look for Wesley, they actually go through the false entrance to the Zoo of Death, and the battles as they fight their way down every single level to get to Wesley was one of my favorite scenes in this entire story, and I was really sad that they couldn't put that in the film since reading it, because it really shows you how dedicated they are to bringing Wesley back. And the way Fezzik and Inigo interact, it really shows you how much they love and care for each other. Another thing that is lacking in the movie is that Buttercup can be construed and twisted into this damsel in distress character while she is waiting for Wesley to come and rescue her from the prince. That is not really the case in the book. She is so strong and full of willpower in this book, and she's so fierce that she's not a damsel in distress, and putting that label on her kind of makes me infuriated. She doesn't need saving because she can save herself. Now, all of the good that this book did to increase my love for The Princess Bride and the story and the characters, there was many things that devastated me, that made this story distracting. And that is William Goldman. As much as I love the story he created, I cannot stand him. He is arrogant and rude and insensitive, especially to his own family. He berates his wife, and he disses his own child. And his ramblings and ideas and how he is taking out the boring of S. Morgenstern and creating the good parts version of The Princess Bride, even though this is his own idea, his own fabrication, is just completely arrogant, and I just did not enjoy it at all. And the 25th edition, which is the one I have, also includes the chapter Buttercup's Baby. And I felt like this chapter was so disorganized, it didn't make sense, and his ramblings were so annoying that I did not like the chapter. Even rereading it, it didn't really change my perspective. And that is why I will stick to my 4 out of 5 star rating. So I still highly recommend that you read this book and pick it up, especially if you love and enjoy the movie, because it really does heighten the movie experience. I would love to hear your thoughts on how you feel about William Goldman's narration. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!